Hello all, I'm Rtr.Sakthivel, President-elect, Rotary Club of 3rd Area District 3150. I am happy and glad to take part in Speakers Unlimited. I would like to convey my thanks and regards to Rotary Club of Coimbatore Area District 3201 for coming up with such an initiative. So the organizing team has given me self-motivation as a topic. So to begin with, we'll have to know what self-motivation is. The little meaning of self motivation is nothing but I suppose it might be an internal or an external one given to any person to accomplish his or her task. So I'm going to give a brief idea about what is it and why it is needed and how it can be induced in any individual. So what is it? So what self motivation is? As I already told you, self motivation is nothing but a push. When it is from inside, that is what you call it as self motivation. The intensity of your willingness to work for anything to accomplish any task that can be regarded as your self motivation. When it is at speak, you may say like it is self motivated. When you, for example, you wanna wake up early in the morning, you go have your breakfast. Before that you brush your teeth. Nobody compels you to do that task, but despite that, you go do that works. But there are certain things which you wanted some push to do so. For example, now if you want to crack some examination, it might be an entrance exam, it might be preliminary exams, it might be anything, any sort of things like that. It will take some time for you to go and approach it because you hardly know what it is. You haven't got the taste of it. So that is why you are hesitant to work for it. So in that cases, your interest goes and you'll not be willing to do. So that is what, to put it simple, self motivation is nothing but willingness plus interest. The later part of this video, I'll just say like why self motivation is equal to willingness plus interest. Now let us come to why it is needed. So why self motivation is needed? Because it gives a person the meaning of a real commitment. It gives him the thought of why he wants to do, it helps him set his objectives and purpose that he wants to work for. So in that cases, it is quite simple to say this is why I need self motivated. I should be motivated to do particular things, but all the time it is not the way it happens. Likewise, different people have different set of things that they have to work on. For example, let us take a mountain years 50 years back. It was quite difficult to climb Mount Everest. It was considered as the most humongous thing in the entire planet. But later part of now in the contemporary world, a lot of people are traveling. Tourists also started climbing the mountain. But there was one person, and no, a lot of people around him said that you cannot climb Mount Everest because it is so huge. Such it's about 8,000 feet above sea level. A lot of people, told it cannot done. You cannot do it. It cannot be done. So what matters is he had a zeal. Why a lot of people say I cannot do it. Let me try and do so. That let me. And it might be anything for that matter. If you all have these three questions in your mind, why and how and what for I'm doing, and it's a piece of cake for you to carry out any works. So let us come to the later part of the thing, as I told you how it can be induced in any person for that matter. Simple. Your willingness plus interest gives you self motivation. For example, if you guys want to have idli or any other favorite food of your choice for the next day morning as a tiffin, but your mom is not willing to prepare it due to some other reason, but you want to take it early in the morning because you were fond of it, you want to taste it tomorrow itself. There must be something other behind, in the foreground or background might be having a lot of reasons to have that food. But the ultimate goal is you want to taste it, you want to take it, you want to consume it. So that drives you to take any medium of transport, any mode of transportation the next morning, and that you when you are going, you just go there and just pick up a vehicle, just go buy the food of your choice, you eat it and come back. So this is what self motivation. Deep inside, you're self motivating yourself in a subtlest way. You don't even know this is self motivation. You wanted to have, so you took your vehicle, you just went, you just had the food and came back. This is the self motivation in a subtlest way. Likewise, the same person wants to have a bigger dream. He wants to have, he wants to elevate his life to the next part of his life. He want to make sure that he's in a good position. So what he wants to do, he have set of things that he want to accomplish. So, but the thing is, he hardly knows where to go and how to do it and whom to approach. That fear, the fear when he induced in any person, he may not be able to go with that. He may not be able to self motivate himself. Then he seeks for external things. But what happens is likewise with the idli scenario, he just wanted to go taste it because you know where it is and how it can be fetched. If you guys know how it can be fetched, it's a piece of cake for you. You can easily do it. So ultimately, self motivation, the birth point of self motivation is your need, not your want, your need. What you need. A lot of people have different needs. Sweeper needs, that broomstick. That is his need. He wants to clean the bed. He needs it. Likewise, a student needs a book, a paper, a pen, for his all the academic activities. These are the subtlest things. So if you get to know what your need is and like how to approach it, even though if you don't know how to take things forward, if you know like at least yeah, I'll stand stubborn. I'll make my stand. I'll do whatever I wanted to without harming any other people. Then that is the place where your birth, the motivation takes birth. To put it in a simple way, self motivation is nothing but the addition of your interest and willingness. So if you're interested and if you're willing to do, you will be self-motivated. It is not a humongous thing. It is not some quantum mechanics or rocket science to understand. Self-motivation is nothing but driving you towards what you need. That's it. Thank you.